Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Mr. M, also known as JahLogic, and you're watching the Morning Rant. This is season 3 of the Morning Rant, February 15th, 2021, President's Day. All right, so we about to get it in. First episode of the season. I know we took longer than we said we were going to take, but I'll take the blame. You can put the blame on me, as my nigga Akon like to say. And with that being said, let me bring in my lovely and studious co-hosts. All right, Mia F. Baby, Schoolboy, Stephon, aka StepGotJokes, and VeeSmilez. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Morning.
Amazing. Good morning, guys.
No doubt.
Holly's favorite, as a church folk like to say.
Okay. So with that being said, if we have any technical hiccups, you know what I mean? Setting up my new computer is one of the things I didn't do upon the arrival of our next season. I know we talked about doing a lot of things different, but some of those things aren't done yet. So we're going to kind of ease into them as the season happens. And one of them is getting my new computer set up, because I do not open my mail until way after the fact. So my shit is just sitting there in the box, letting the corona die. You know what I mean? Huh, Schoolboy?
Yo. We talk about this often behind the scenes, and I'm like, Logic, bro. Just open your packages up, bro, and you'll be all right. He like, nah, bro. That shit just gonna sit there for like another week, man. I gotta make sure the Rona's dead.
Yo,
I get it, man.
It took me forever to take the computer out of the box they mailed it in, but it's still in the box.
Did you get a Lenovo straight from China?
No, I got an iMac.
Oh, well, damn. They probably made that shit in China anyway.
It's all made in China. All right, with that being said, let's get to the comments really quick. Brooklyn Honcho says, you guys are missed. Salute to you, man. You're missed too, brother. Where have you been, man? I hope everything's going well with you. I know you had brought a new house and things of that nature. So I hope this new year is being as prosperous as I hope it would be for all of us, for you. Aki Bella says, remember a day one. Yes, you definitely are a day one. He says, let's go. And he also says, I'm about to get high. Salute. I'm saving my spliff till the show is over, because I don't want to come back and be tripping all over my words and all types of shit. But I'm going to be there. I'm going to get right there with you. You know what I'm saying? And Just One Love says, yes, indeed. Welcome back. Salute to you, Just One Love. She stayed on us behind the scenes like, yo, would y'all hurry the fuck up and come back? We're back. Steph, you look like you had something to say.
Oh, no, I ain't had nothing to say.
Oh, my bad.
Can I just say shout out to Just One Love? She's a real supporter. She's been in the chat room, even on my show, so I appreciate that.
She been on Clubhouse.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. I sent her invite, actually. You know what I'm saying? So we're actually going to broadcast the Clubhouse too, but not today. Today we're going to take it slow. Today we're taking it slow. You know what I mean? We had a bunch of technical hiccups behind the scenes, even this morning. You know what I'm saying? So the devil is a lie, trying to stop our show and shit. Virginia Slim says, back up in this bitch. Peace and good morning. Peace to you, good brother. Salute to the homie Virginia Slim. Redemption Song 76. What's up, homegirl? Says, I'm legit watching Little David at the moment. That's what's up.
Well, what happened? Why the silence?
I don't know. But thank you, though.
I could have sworn. Did y'all just not hear my little sound effects?
Oh, no. I just heard silence.
Nah. Yeah.
You know what that is? Because I'm not even on the fuck. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. See, I told you. Here we go. I sound better?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Way better. Difference, yeah.
So in regards to Redemption Soul 76, watching Lil David at the moment.
Appreciate you, girl.
All right.
Glad to see you in the check-in.
Redemption says, salute all. We definitely want some feedback from you, Redemption, when you finish watching it. And everybody, if you don't know what we're talking about Mia's show, Little David, the show she executive produced, and is on Urban Flix TV. Is it urbanflixtv.com or urbanflix.tv?
urbanflixtv.com. Please
All
check
right.
it out.
urbantv.com.
My name, you can go to the Instagram and click right on it, the link, and I'm sure JahLogic will have the link in the bio. So please watch it.
Actually, the link,
season 2.
actually, the link is definitely in the bio. The link is definitely in the bio. Let me put your name on the screen. Sorry about that. And let me go back to the comments. Sleazy Aki, salute, big bro. Salute to the G. Says salute to us. Redemption says salute all. Salute to you, sister. Virginia Sim also says, Brother Ja, Rona survives on cardboard for only 24 hours. Stop being scary, my guy. I got you, brother. I just like being safe than sorry, man. You know what I mean? Just One Love says, y'all the best show ever for me. Yo, that means a lot.
Fan ever.
That means a lot. That's family at this point, you know what I mean? But all right. So with all that being said, let me go ahead and get to, matter of fact, before we do our segments, Mia F Baby has some motivation for us on a Monday morning, right? So what do you have to say to motivate? I need the word. I need a good word. So let me hear some motivation from Mia F Baby. What's going on?
Right. So we're working out this new segment called Information. So when we say information, we don't have to get information. And so today, on this Monday, the quote to think about and set intentions on is comparison is a thief of joy. I know we just got off of Valentine's Day. I hope everyone listening has felt loved and inspired. And love doesn't necessarily have to be just a romance. Like I think we hype that part up, but love of your family, love of your friends. And you may have been on social media looking at all the gifts that everybody was getting but you. And it took your joy. And not just with Valentine's Day, but in your work, in your fitness goals, in your finances. Mind your business. And I say that positively. When you focus on yourself and not what everybody else is doing, you won't get tripped up. So do what you can while you can, and those baby steps are going to add up. So comparison is a thief of joy. Don't let it steal your joy this week. That's it.
I'm all over the place with the that's what I wanted. All right, there we go. All right. So comparison is the thief of joy. I accept that, even though I do not know what it is to be jealous of people's V-Day gifts and shit like that. I can admit to looking at other productions that may be tighter than mine and saying, damn, I got to step my game up. So V, you have something to say?
Yes, I love that quote, and I really, really appreciate you saying that, because ironically for me, I'm not really in a relationship, but I have people who I entertain every now and again. But yesterday, for Valentine's Day, I didn't get flowers, I didn't get candy, I didn't get chocolates, but I did get an oil change, and I did get 4 brand new tires that I did not pay for, that someone gave to me as a Valentine's Day gift. And I thought about after I left the Goodyear, I was on my phone and I'm looking at Instagram and I'm looking at all the girls with flowers and chocolates, and I'm like, man, I would rather not have flowers and chocolates. I was not going to compare myself to these people because they wanted flowers and chocolates, then they got that. I wanted and needed an oil change and 4 new tires, and I got that. So you got to really stay in your own lane, like you said, focus on yourself.
V, who you dating? A mechanic?
No, if anybody who knows, who's been listening to my show thoroughly way back, I do not fuck with mechanics. Mechanics always have like oil and stuff on their hands, like even after they wash their shits. Like I refuse to have you stick that anywhere inside of me. Yeah, I mean, if you are a mechanic, you're gonna have to hide your hands. Like you're gonna have to be able to get to me without using your hands.
All right, but like I say, I don't know what it is to envy someone's relationship, but I definitely, like I said, sometimes compare my business and or productions to other situations. And I rather compare it to, people who are winning so I can aspire to be better. But at the same time, I think there's a thin line in comparison, right? So you want to be inspired by things, but you don't want to compare. So I think that's where the thin line gets drawn. So that's a good quote for the morning. I appreciate that. Let me see. We got a comment for you. Brooklyn Hydro says, what does the F stand for today?
Whatever the fuck you wanted to.
All right, there you go. Lorville says, I'm finally back. Thank God I can't watch Joe Button podcast no more. I need the morning rant. Yo, salute to you. Salute to Joe Buttons. I don't watch that shit though. Me personally, I just don't even watch it. But I'll tell you what I have been watching because I'm definitely not ashamed to, talk about shit that I'm watching that might encourage me. I've been watching a lot of Craig Facts lately. Been watching Craig Facts, of course, 5150. And $1 Million Worth of Game is probably my favorite urban podcast right now. $1 Million Worth of Game, hosted by Gilly the Kid and Wallow. And Wallow, if you don't know, is trying to get off of parole. He's trying to get off of parole, and there's a petition that is in his Instagram bio right now. So if you haven't, please go and sign that because they want that man to get off of parole, I think, well into his 60s. And that man is putting in the good work. So we don't need that for him. You know what I'm saying? Just One Love says, I don't even get it's the thought that counts. Oh, well, we love you up here. Hey, Kelso, salute Kelso says, my fucking people's back. Top of the fucking morning, good people. Salute to you, homie. Salute to Kelso. Or as they used to call you, Crazy Kelso. They used to call you Crazy Kelso on Live and On Point. That's the homie. Salute to the homie. Brooklyn Hydra says Valentine's Day is type whack. If you're in a relationship for a minute, you know what I'm saying, Valentine's Day is every day, you know what I'm saying? So you don't need a day to say this is the day to make your loved ones feel special. So I feel you on that. Keenan Kong says, salute gang. Salute to you, Keenan Kong. All right. And Kelso says, Al Max B voice with free Rollo. Wallow, he meant, yes, free to homie Wallow. Keenan Kong says, Craig Facts is dope. 3G's podcast is good too. I'm going to check that out. Kelso also says, they ain't do nothing. Aki Betha also says, I got topped off twice yesterday. Y'all tripping. All right, well.
Good for you.
That's a happy Valentine's Day, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And Kelso says, shout out Hallmark tricking ass tricks to randomly spoil their girl on random days of the year. And Brooklyn Honcho says, I sent y'all some cash apps, but Mimi doesn't have one. Salute to you, first of all. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
I was waiting patiently to thank you, but yeah.
All right, shit. Go ahead. Let him thank him now.
Okay, yeah. I appreciate that, Honcho. Him and Sleazy.
Sleazy Aki, salute.
Thank you so much, Brooklyn Honcho. I see your cash up here. I really appreciate it. And salute to you for actually being in the chat room on my show as well. I appreciate the love and support. It's amazing.
Yeah. And, I'll put mine in the description. Thank you for even thinking of us. Any donations that I get, I send to the show. So I'll just put my cash app and then I'll put it towards season 2. So thank you so much. That's overwhelming that y'all do that, and I really appreciate it.
Man, salute. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And yes, salute to Sleazy Aki as well. I got that cash app from him as well. Kelso says, we put that up already. And he says respectfully. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do our little formal segments. And we're going to talk about President's Day. We're going to talk about Kamala. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about Trump. You feel me? This President's Day. And we also going to talk about some nigga shit. But first, you already know what time it is. This is Mr. M, also known as JahLogic, reporting with the coronavirus update for the morning rant. And it is February 15th, President's Day, 2021. We're almost a year into the pandemic. And the corona update today is still wear a goddamn mask. And that's it. There you have it. Corona update. I could have went in more. I could have went on a rant about how people still buying them cheap ass tickets to go to places they never been pre-COVID. You know what I'm saying? Looking stupid. Go ahead, V. Go ahead.
Can I speak to this? Because you got to think about it. It's cheap ass tickets, right? And people like you, Logic, don't want to fly anyways, right? So then you getting on a plane and you get the whole road to yourself. You on a plane, you get a chance to lay down. You know, like, I mean, not on all flights, because I know if you're going from New York to Atlanta, you're not going to get a whole row to yourself. No. But when you're going to certain places, though, the COVID experience, I think it is a little bit better to travel with, because it's not as many people as it would normally be had we not been in a pandemic. So, you know, obviously there are precautions in place and stuff like that that you have to, you know, adhere to. But sometimes it may work out because you don't, you know, you get your own space to yourself, you get more room to yourself, and you know, it's not as hectic as it would be for me. I think if we weren't in a pandemic.
Niggas buying first class on coach tickets, definitely. If it feels like it does.
Listen, I'm not with the shits, but but you know what I'm saying? What you're saying is true, but it's not absolute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. You feel me? Like, you can get on a plane and be one of the only people on the plane, or you can get on the plane and it'll be packed. You know what I'm saying? So it's no guarantee. You feel me? I'm just not with it. You know what I mean? I think you just went somewhere, V. You did go somewhere, right?
Yes, I did. I had COVID at the beginning of this year. Yes, Vanessa Smilez caught COVID. But yes, I did. I recovered and all of that. And I, you know, made sure I got a negative test, and I did travel. I left out the country. I went to the Caribbean, and it was amazing because I was able to have the whole road to myself. The country didn't have a lot of people, so there weren't any negative cases there. So a lot of people didn't wear their masks in certain places, and some people still did wear their masks. So I think that sometimes when you put measures in place, you can really, you know, cultivate a situation and try to protect the people at the same time. I think that in America, we don't really have a lot of those measures in place, or people don't want to follow them all the time. So there's a lot of things that happen in America that makes it more difficult for us, but it was amazing.
So real quick, stay right there about the measures in America that we don't have here in America that they have other places, right? First off, I want to say that hold on. First off, I want to say that it wasn't annoying to see V out there enjoying her life, especially, I don't want to put your business out there, but especially in light to you know, just the time your family's been having recently. You know what I'm saying? So your family. So I saw you living your life. I said, she need that right now. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't annoyed as when I see other people go to places like Vegas and shit. It's like, you go to dirty ass Vegas during COVID and all that. And go ahead.
No, I agree with you on that. That's why I said, depending on where you go. Like for me, I'm not about to risk my life to go to, you know, high risk areas or high risk places. No, in the Caribbean, they're not playing. You need to have a negative test, and you have to be tested prior to going to there. Like certain places have these things in measures, so they can be relaxed in their spaces. And those are the places I want to go to. I want to go to the places where people are putting themselves together, taking care of themselves, making sure they're not spreading the virus, making sure that they're putting measures in places so that viruses don't get spread, viruses don't get in. And I feel like in America, with a lot of different, you know, states and stuff like that, they do what they want. So when that happens, the opportunity for the risk it could become crazy.
Right. So real quick, so I agree with you on that. And like I said, it wasn't as annoying. It wasn't annoying at all to see you have a good time. But I've been annoyed with people bragging about going to places like fucking, you know, Vegas and Atlanta and, you know, just regular places that you should have already been. And it's not even that, you know, fascinating to go to. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with that being said, speak to the protocols. You just told us what it was like going into the Caribbean, which I know because I have family that has been to the Caribbean since, and the numbers are lower there. But when you came back.
Okay, now, like, look at this, though. Ironically, I came back the day before the New York State, because the New York State put in a law going in on the 26th of January, stating that anybody who was entering into New York City had to have a negative COVID test prior to arriving anywhere, like, period, no matter where you're coming from. And a lot of people, you know, when we were out there, they got excited and they wanted to stay an extra day. And the people who had to go to work and had shit to do in New York, we were just like, no, we're going back on the 25th. We're not dealing with all that extra shit, because at that time, there were no precautions for flying into New York. Literally, when we came back, we literally just walked. They had Army guards at the airport to give out documents. I had a copy of the document. Give out documents just to write off, like, acknowledge, like, where you've been, how long you were there, the last time you were tested, have you had any symptoms, had you been in contact with anyone knowingly and stuff like that. But that paper was optional. You could literally just rip up the paper and still walk out the airport. So there was no measures in place to really gauge like anybody coming into New York, whether they had coronavirus or not at that time. But on the 26th, that very next day, they put in a law stating that, you know, they had to have a negative COVID test coming into New York, meaning that wherever they were boarding their flight at, they had to prove that they were negative.
And that's bullshit. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So what I wanted to say was in the States, they're not taking that shit serious when you're coming back off the plane from these
right at that. Yeah, they weren't. They really, like, we was just like, what the fuck is this? And we just walked away. I mean, that's a curse, but yeah.
And even when you said the 26th of basically
of January.
Right. So that means
that? Let me get that. Mm-hmm.
So when you think about it, right, damn near the whole pandemic, people could come off the plane from wherever country they was coming from and walk right into the world. So a lot of people are talking all this, you know, they're gonna check you out when you get off the plane, and they're gonna invade your privacy and all that. None of that never happened. You know what I'm saying? I got close friends who parents just came back from Guyana. They just walk right off the plane, right into the car, right into society. You know what I'm saying? Thank God they're coming from some place where the COVID is not crazy, but there are people coming from places where the shit is crazy, and this is what happens when they come off the plane coming back into the States. Nobody cares. The most they might do is have you fill out a form. What that does to prevent COVID, I don't know. But we have a question for Slim. From Slim for Steph. He says, Steph, has Florida ever shut down? Shit was wide open for New Year's Eve and the Super Bowl. I seen that. It was like some type of crazy fight going on out there and people running around in the streets. I ain't see no mask. What happened, Steph? What's going on?
Why would we shut down? I honestly don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all been sitting here talking about a pandemic. I have no idea what the fuck y'all talking about. That seemed like that's some outside shit. We don't deal with that here, sir.
I don't know what the pandemic.
What pandemic, sir?
Atlanta and Florida got the cure. That's what they feel like.
What the fuck y'all talking? Hey, if y'all notice, I ain't saying shit. Y'all been talking about the pandemic. I ain't said a word. I don't know what y'all talking about. That's foreign.
I'm telling you.
That's foreign policy y'all talking about.
Yo, I seen a meme. I seen a meme that said hot wings and strippers are the cure for coronavirus.
Well, the cure for everything, sir.
So there you have it, Virginia Slim. They do not take the pandemic serious in Florida. Redemption says, damn, V, I'm jealous. I miss my Henny pure white, but I'm not hopping on nobody's plane. Respect, though. Yo, it's so many places I was supposed to go in this past year that I didn't go. It's crazy. Brooklyn Hydro says, Vanessa was in the part of the Caribbean, Dave Chappelle voice, by the beach, boy. And Virginia Sim says, Redemption, I see you're a woman with good taste. Salute. Talking about that Henny White. So with that being said, it's President's Day. We can't stay on too long. We definitely don't have Schoolboy for too much longer. But Schoolboy, I want a quick Civil War report from you, and I want to hear from you about your man Trump. His case. He just beat his case, right? He just beat his case. So with that really quick, let's set up for that really quick, and it's on you, School. You're on Teddy Riley, brother. You're on Teddy Riley.
All right, my name's Schoolboy, for those who don't know, and this is the Civil War report. We report on the current state of the Civil War in the United States. It is, of course, still a dormant war for the most part, besides the insurrection that happened on the 6th, for which former President Trump was under trial, under impeachment for inciting that riot. So, of course, he won or didn't get indicted by that impeachment. I believe the score was 57-46. They needed a lot more votes to get that impeachment done, and of course they're not going to get him impeached. The Republicans have to save face. If they admit that he was wrong and that that his supporters were part of an insurrection plot, then they have to say, well, yeah, we supported him and got him to that point to where he could do this. They can't really do that, not in good faith. So now the plan is, or now the threat, I should say, is that they could potentially impeach Kamala Harris. And let me rewind for a second. Let me give credit where credit's due. So this article that I'm getting a lot of this information from is coming from USA Today, a article written by Maureen Grope that came out yesterday. I'm sorry, it came out today, actually. It came out today at 4 a.m. But basically, the crux of the article is, yeah, Trump beat the impeachment. They're talking about impeaching Kamala possibly in the future when Republicans get the vote. But Joe Biden just wants to move on, right? And Joe Biden just wants to move on. If you haven't been keeping up, what does he want to move on to? He signed, 30 plus executive orders at this point. And my question is always going to be, what are you doing for black people? I just happen to be a black person. I'm concerned about that. Your vice president's black. That's cool. What is she doing? So I started looking, and I'm looking for what is she doing lately. It's kind of hard to find lately videos with Kamala, because a lot of the videos that you will find of Kamala are talking about, or Vice President Harris are talking about her first getting inaugurated, her being a barrier breaker, her being an Asian and an African American, and things like that. Things aren't true, but that's what people are saying, So according to Insider Magazine, by an article written by Darcy Shid, they talk about Kamala Harris and her husband Doug Emhoff delivering Valentine's Day cookies to DC hospital workers. So this is the substance that we get the day after Trump's acquittal, is to see Kamala or Kamama or whatever the hell Kamami, whatever they call her. We get to see her and Doug give out handwritten notes to hospital people on Valentine's Day. Kamala, what about reparations? What about punishing people for police brutality? What about equitably distributing some of the wealth that this country has taken from black people over generations? You should know something about that,
Real quick, before we talk about Kamala and shit, because this is President's Day, so I did want to talk about them both.
That's fair.
Let's go back to Trump. You said he didn't get impeached. He beat his case, right? A couple people, Sleazy said not guilty. Kelso says Teflon Don. Brooklyn Honcho says, let's just salute Trump for living the dream and being a shithead. Slim also says, fact, schoolboy. Biden said he owes his election to black people. Cut the check. So before we get to that and talk about the Kamala and all that, let's talk about Trump. Let's go back to Trump. Of course, the last day we were on air, literally the last day we did a show was the same day the insurrection happened, right? And me personally, I slept through the revolution. I had a weed nap. I smoked a spliff and I slept through the revolution. But I wasn't surprised. We already had Schoolboy tell us on the show that it is a civil war going on. So I wasn't surprised at it at all. I wasn't moved by it. It was pretty funny. It was funny, but I wasn't necessarily like, oh shit, this shit is crazy. I can't believe this is happening. Like I believe that it was happening because we've been telling you on this show that we're in the middle of a civil war, and I'm not surprised at anything that they do. But with that being said, you spoke about the Republicans saving face. Not all Republicans were saving face. Some of them actually voted more than ever voted against somebody in their own party. So now it seems like the Republican Party might have somewhat of a split, and I'm hearing mumbles of a new party being created. What say you? Is the Republican Party at jeopardy, Schoolboy?
Yeah, because from I'm hearing some of the same things that they are thinking about basically separating, and they'll be basically the Trump party and then the Republican Party. But we watched these people for the last 4 years. We've watched them embrace Trump and his ideology and his supporters. We've watched them have trouble repudiating him. We watched it, so they can't separate the two. I think the best thing that could happen is that the same way other political parties in the past have done, the Republican Party dissolves, and we get a different factions from within the rubble that we could start to form coalitions with or for and stuff like that. What's up, Vanessa?
I got a question because I've been thinking about this every time I keep seeing this stuff on the news, and I'm saying to myself, if Trump is out of office and Biden is now the new president, why? Like, how can he even be impeached? He's not even in office anymore. Like,
Because
would
he's
he
being
just be charged?
No, he's being impeached, and you know, an impeachment isn't an actual criminal trial; it's a political trial. So he's being impeached for activities that he did while he was in office. Because the point was, if they can get a guilty conviction, then they can say, well, he can't hold office again. We impeached him, we found evidence, and we convicted him. And that's what they're trying to do. The issue now is, like I said, the Republicans are saying, okay, well, you know, you started this, so now when we get back in power, we might just impeach your vice president.
So this like prevents him from ever being able to run or
it didn't prevent a damn thing. I think that Trump will be the governor of the great state of Florida within the next 5 years.
So schoolboy, Redemption says impeached in the House and quit it in the Senate.
Right.
Can you break that down?
Yeah, so the impeachment is just the ability of the House of Representatives to collect a case per se and actually give it to the Senate. Once it gets to the Senate, then the Senate actually serves as the jury, and I believe the vice president, or the what is it called, the vice president or the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice gets a chance to kind of serve as the judge or the arbitrator in the middle. But like I said, don't forget about this. The impeachment process is basically a sham trial anyway. It's just a political process. Really doesn't have, like, a president can be convicted of whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's dripping all over the dress in the Oval Office. It's not a big deal. He's not going to go to jail for that because of an impeachment. It's just a stain on his legacy, so that if he does run again, people can say, "Oh yeah, isn't that the guy who got impeached?"
All right, so we got some comments coming in. Virginia Sim says he did get impeached, just didn't get convicted. Kelso says Kamala's 100% conviction rate. Harris doesn't care either. Kelso also said Biden called us super predators and told you aren't really black if you don't vote for him on the Breakfast Club. We're doomed. Laugh out loud. And Kelso also says, new president, same broken promises. Redemption says, impeached in the House and quit in the state. We read that. Virginia Sim says, bitch, McConnell was saying how grimy 45 was after the fact. He voted not guilty. Fuck out of here. I did see that as well, which was kind of strange to me. Aki Better says, shout out to the 12-year-old in Goldsboro, North Carolina, killed a 19-year-old who broke in his granny's house. Salute to that man. Kelso says, impeach that bed wench. And Redemption Soul says, agree with Schoolboy's political theater. So with all that being said, I did want to ask the question, especially before Schoolboy gets out of here. Is Kamala Harris a Trojan horse? Is this another case of what we saw happen with Barack Obama? When Obama got in the presidency, I think we just finished having George Bush for like 2 terms, correct?
Right.
And everybody was woke. I don't know if you remember the climate. Everybody was woke. People was tired of this shit. Yeah. Everybody hated Bush. Everybody hated that nigga. Now they love him because he feeds Michelle Obama mints and shit at the motherfucking at the events. He like to kiss Obama's wife on the cheek and all types of crazy shit and hug up on her. And everybody,
man, put his lips on my wife if my wife was Michelle Obama, bro. Get your fucking lips off my wife. What the hell's wrong with you, Bush? Yo, go sit your ass over there somewhere.
I do not like that. I was saying, I was like, this is weird.
Everybody loves it though. Everybody loves it now. You know what I'm saying?
He's so infatuated with her. Okay, so here's on the
you want some of that jungle juice, goddamn. Go ahead.
I think that he's helping, like, she's helping his internal racism, because he's like, wait a minute, she's black and she's like this, so it's opening doors, and so I have a little bit of hope. I'm not celebrating all the bad shit that he did. He still has done that, and he still should answer for those things. But I'm like, okay, it's like having your first black friend and be like, wait, you mean all black people don't eat chicken? Michelle, really? Like, so I just would love to be a fly on the wall with their kind of conversations. And I wish he had a black friend like Michelle earlier in his presidency, and maybe he could have some
Spoken
change.
like the youngest person on this panel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Listen.
We was there for that shit.
I remember Bush, and I just wish that he had black people in his corner
Barely.
that he could admire, so he could have done something better with his legacy. That's what I'm saying.
I appreciate everybody's point of view, and I definitely appreciate you saying that, right? Because I'm glad someone on the panel is saying it. But I think that is in the psyche why people are loving him in Michelle Obama's relationship, right? People are thinking that maybe he is somehow less racist, or maybe now he gets it. You don't become less racist at motherfucking 70, 60 something years old because you meet Michelle Obama. That's not how that works. And a racist motherfucker could fuck a black female and still be racist. Hence some of them Proud Boy motherfuckers who got black wives. You know what I mean? So him having a crush on Michelle Obama don't mean shit about his racism. You know what I mean? And or what he represents, or him representing white supremacy. You feel me? So, but I did bring that up because what I was trying to say was that it was seen that, people forgot about the hardships we were going through. And it wasn't just black people who was woke under Bush, right? Everybody was getting woke. Everybody was sick of the shit, right? And then we got Obama, and then everybody started kumbaya and holding hands.
Right back to sleep.
Everybody went right back to sleep. Everything is all good. Nobody held anybody accountable for what they were doing. There was no accountability. You know what I'm saying? And nobody gave a fuck what Obama was doing. And of course, if you watch this show, you know what I'm mad about. Obama bombed the motherfucking moon and got the Nobel Peace Prize the day after. But we're going to leave that alone.
Hey,
what I'm saying?
I forgot about that.
Right?
Yo.
But with all that stuff. But what I'm saying is everybody was woke, and then they went to sleep under Obama. And now we had Trump, and everybody was woke again. And then we got Kamala, and now everybody's, we got Kamala, the first black, vice president and all this shit. And now everybody is going back to sleep again, in my opinion. Steph, you were trying to say something?
I was saying is you can't forget how mad people were at Bush. You remember he was giving a speech in I forget what foreign country it was, but motherfucker got so mad he took the shoe off of his foot and threw it at George. But like, what did this motherfucker say?
He threw both of them, Steph.
Both his shoes, bro. He was like, I'm finna get this motherfucker. I know he is not finna sit here and play in my face.
Yo, that nigga Bush pulled that Matrix. He was like,
you know how irate you have to be to do that? Both shoes?
No, you see, that's how mad he was. But then also Bush know what it is. Like, that's why Bush was ready. He over here like this. He been through that shit before. He know how powerful his words is and how shady he be. So he expect the hate anyways. But that was some real hate, and that man throw both some shoes.
You gotta really be committed to hating the American president to where you wait till he come to your country, and your country's Iraq. Like, they don't have no protections in jail. Once they hemmed him up, he was getting tortured, buddy. You get your ass whipped for a few months.
So, Schoolboy, real quick. So, are we repeating history just that quick? Are people going back to sleep? Is she a Trojan horse? What's your thoughts on that, Schoolboy?
Yeah, I think so, because the way that they bring Kamala into relief, when the way they try to overstate her blackness, bruh. I remember this. I'm a person who watches politics. When Kamala came out on the national scene, Kamala was not black first. Kamala was first Indian. They was like, yeah, she's Indian. And I was like, who is this person who's so Indian? And we obviously can see her. She looks kind of black. And then it comes out, oh yeah, her daddy's black, but fuck that. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of black, but yeah, whatever. And then we come to find out later on, oh, she's married to a white man. Okay, so this story is getting weirder and weirder. And oh, she's an AKA. Okay, we remember the paper bag test. Like, they have a colorism thing going on there. And then as you learn more and more about her, you find out more and more that she was just a legal political opportunist. You know what I'm saying? When she was in San Francisco, she was breaking up a black family. This man was married. I don't care if he was separated. He's married, and you're having sex with him in the public, embarrassing his wife and maybe his children. Like, yo, if you really cared about the black family, you would at least kept that under wraps or kept it to yourself. But you got out here and showed disrespect to that black family, and they're going to jump up respectfully into this white man's family. All of a sudden, you got all this damn sense. All these black people in jail behind you, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to try to press us like this is Princess Harry or whatever, Prince Harry and Meghan Merkel in America. Like, no. I don't know who's like you know, throwing rose petals at this woman's feet. But you cannot trust a woman like this. She's obviously an opportunist. Like,
right. Let me pass the mic. I know you gotta go. Do you want to step out now, or do you just want to wait?
Yeah, let me go, man. I'm glad to see everybody. It was great to be back, man. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on this platform and the fact that folks keep showing up for us. Listen, like, keep showing up for us. We keep getting better. Man, I'm super excited about the stuff that Logic got going on in the lab. Like, we're seeing it. I'm super excited about Mimi joining the team too, because she's keeping the fire on that ass, boy. All right, you know what I'm saying? And Steph and Vanessa, just great to be back with you all. So just looking forward to the next season.
Salute to you, schoolboy, and I concur everything you said. Have a great day.
Peace.
Peace, brother. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to the rest of the panel. Starting with Mimi. Your thoughts? Is Kamala a Trojan horse? Or is she about that?
I'm gonna give her a chance to show herself. Like, I'm not about to down a black woman. She's so new. The only thing that I keep saying, and I will keep saying, is it's so interesting that we are so excited to make her a vice president when we could have made her a president. Like, we hated her when she was running for the top office, and so I feel like we now have her as vice president. It's weird to me. Like, we overlooked Joe Biden, so she's low key kind of like the president anyway. Like, even earlier you said that you were like, it's President's Day, so let's talk about the actual presidents. But we don't. It's like we don't even really have a president right now. She's like the interim.
Well, I wanted to talk about her and Trump because the relevancy as far as Trump being a reason why people woke up and Kamala being some reason why people, are going back to sleep, in my opinion. But I wasn't like necessarily overlooking Biden. She's what everyone's talking about. You know what I'm saying? She's the reason why people feel like, shit is better. You feel me? And but let me just respond more to what you're saying. Do you think she had a chance at being president? You think that if she would have won the presidency if she was in this particular race against Trump?
Well, no, she didn't have a chance because it didn't happen. Like, we could have made her president, and we didn't. We knocked her out, and then she became Biden's running mate. And now we celebrate her in this like lower seat when she could have had a higher seat. But I'm just gonna let her do what she does. Like, politics don't really, like, I vote, and I think all those things are important, but I don't let it affect my day to day because it's just too consuming. So I don't have time to really like care beyond doing my civil duty as like an American. But I don't know. It's weird that a lot of people, it's like everyone's like she's very polarizing. So black people either like hate her and they're like, well, she incriminated this, blah, blah, blah. And then you have the other side is like, she's doing her job. She's a black woman. Let's celebrate her. And I'm just kind of like, you either gonna love her or hate her. I'm just gonna let her do what she's gonna do.
So you're saying that you don't know if you're gonna give her a chance. You don't know if she's a Trojan horse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. V. Mike is on Teddy Riley.
There we go. No, what I wanted to say was I think that her being the vice president in the space that she's in is a rightful place. Like, for me, I'm not saying that a woman can't handle being president. My preference, I do not want a female president. I would prefer a female vice president. Not saying that women are not strong and that they can't handle their business. I personally believe that the leaders biologically should always be a man. A man should be out there hunting. A man should be out there, organizing, gathering. So for me, the position that she's in, I think it's a right position because honestly, that's for me. I believe the female should be the support system for the men. Now, I don't like the fact that Kamala Harris used Willie Brown, her old sugar daddy, okay, because she was 29 and she was cute and she was, smashing Mr. Willie Brown at the age of 60. And, she used him as her come up. And then she ended up marrying a white man and she's attaching herself to white politicians and stuff like that. And now, when it comes to, black needs and wants, like, we're not really hearing anything. So I just don't like the fact that she's used black people on her steps to her political career. And now she's in, a high political position. She's not really, sending the love on the way back down. It seems like she's completely, giving up on black people and she's just, using her blackness just for popularity. She doesn't really, care. But yeah, I hope that changes. Maybe if, not to wish death on people, but Biden's old, who knows how long he's going to be here. So I'm hoping that.
Maybe if Michelle Obama gives us some of them candies, them
yeah, chocolate peppermints though.
I mean to cut you off. You finish it.
No. I'm good, but no, I'm just saying. I just hope that she, she figures out how to, trickle down some of the love back to the black people who helped her get to where she is.
All right, fair enough, Steph.
I don't know how you want me to follow that. that goddamn. What you said? She's in her rightful place. Man, listen, like that's the hottest topic somebody, the hottest take somebody can have, and I gotta follow it. But y'all seen me on this platform. I've defended Kamala and several issues that we brought up. I am curious to see what she does. I have not seen anything in place, although it's only been 1 month. I'm with Mia. Give us some time, see what they're going to do, see if it's all just talk. And we know that. And as I don't know who said this, but as the facts change, so do my opinion. Right?
This is what I'm worried about, though. I'm worried about people want to give her the time and the benefit of doubt when I don't know if we have any reason to give anybody the benefit of doubt in these seats anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's now our time to be the adults. We're in our late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, we're the ones that's supposed to be holding the fire to their feet at this point. We're the ones that's supposed to say, yo, if you're in this seat, this is what we want you to do. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the people who came before us. It's damn sure not going to be the people that's younger than us because they're still learning. It's our job to be like, yo, this is what we expect out of you if you're going to be our president and vice president or any politician for that matter. So are we going to just sit back and be comfortable and just wait and let it play out? Or are we going to give them a list of demands? Like, what are we doing? Or are we going to wait till our backs against the wall again to send Ice Cube into the White House to talk to the nigga? Like, what are we doing?
Listen, I'm with you. We do hold their feet to the fire. It's been a month, bro. That's what I'm saying. Some time, like, give it some actual real time, like 6 months. A year. They usually do a quarterly checkup or something, but a month? That's unreasonable. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's unreasonable to come up with demands and to organize around. We should have had demands when people were coming into the house, when people were even, you know what I mean? When we were electing a president, that's when we should have had demands. And people were looking at people like Ice Cube like they was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But really, our backs were against the wall, and people started speaking up. Like, yo, we're going to be into this politics shit now. If you want to garner our attention, we got demands for you. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be after the fact is what I'm saying, because then it's too late.
Well, Virginia Slim already has the list of demands right here in the comments.
Okay, so let me get to the comments. Let me see. Is it okay? Here we go. Where is this shit at? Slim, where you at, bro? Okay, here we go. Virginia Slim says 1, abolish qualified immunity. 2, cut the check.
Cut the check.
Yeah, but I'm with that. But this is what I'm saying. Is it too late to even say that? Is it too late? You feel me? And are people going to stand by you when you come with your list of demands? Because now, once again, I feel like people are being rocked to sleep. We're arguing if she's really black right now instead of arguing about what our demands should be and how to fucking present those demands to the people who can actually fulfill those demands. V?
And also, in addition to that, how she is owed to Black people to, you know, provide what Black people need because of how she came up, because of how her career has, you know, been pushed up by Black people. She, you know, she owes that debt in a sense too.
Before I go to the rest of the comments, do anybody else have anything else to say? Mimi?
No, give her a chance. We hold her more accountable than your 90-day, to Steph's point, 90-day evaluation on your first job. Like, she, you know, trying to find the restroom and the water cooler. Chill out, everybody.
Listen, that I'm new at the job shit is responsible for a lot of the fuckeries at a job. I didn't a lot of fuckery at a job, and I'm new.
There's
There's
so many people who effed up. Sorry, V. There's so many people who effed up this democracy, this nation before she got there, and y'all, same thing y'all did with Obama. It's really every president. Like, you expect him to clean up hundreds of years worth of mess. Like,
it's not hundreds of years of mess, but this, because Black people have been in this situation several times. Now it's at a point, you know, we did that with Obama. First, the first 4 years, we was like, all right, he didn't get a chance to do it the first 4 years. Let's give him 4 more. Like, all right, you didn't find a water cooler yet. Like, you didn't find, you know, the staple gun yet. Like, you know, we can't now we have to put the pressure on. Now we know we have to put the pressure on initially just to try to make something happen. It's not, obviously things don't happen immediately, but you know, you got to get the ball rolling in some way, shape, or form, even if it's by making a little bit of noise.
And I did want to just throw in this last little point. Let's hold the feet to the fire on that white man, okay? Because the white man is the president, all right? Because let's keep somehow rolling back to this black woman who is really the assistant, really the assistant to the president.
It's a little more than assistant, but I'm not saying it in the level of like I'm expecting her to do what he has to do. I'm saying that she's the reason why people are going back to sleep, in my opinion. She's the reason why people are comfortable. They're wrapped up in that warm blanket now. Oh, we got a black vice president woman. We got a woman black. Oh, I can go back to sleep now. And shit about to get. And we in the wrong time to go back to sleep. Let's be real. We in the wrong fucking moment in time in history to go back to sleep. But let me go to these comments. Kelso says, of course she's a Trojan horse. You know they don't like blacks, and they really hate women. For her to be in that position, she's got to be a cold killer. Plus, it's social engineering for black women. There we go. Kelso with the facts. Kelso also says he gonna hand her a hot comb next. I don't know where that came from, but Jason King, salute to the homie Jason King, says just pop up and not say nothing. Welcome back, gang. Salute to you, Jason King. Redemption says I agree. Ja, salute. Slim seems to agree as well. Kelso says, shout out to the leader of the Proud Boys being exposed as a Puerto Rican federal informant from Florida. Laugh out loud. That was funny. A lot of shit did happen since we been going. We might do an episode talking about some of the funny shit that we missed. That is definitely on the list, up there with Gorilla Glue Girl and all types of crazy shit. There's been a lot of fuckery going on since we, decided to take our break. But we had to take our break. I stand by the breaks. Kelso says facts. Peace, Cat. She says peace and good morning. Peace to you, sister. Steve says good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to you, Steve. That's my big brother right there. Kelso says niggas thought shit was sweet. All we need is imagery, and they know that. That's basically what I'm saying. That's what it seems. Kelso says, didn't Obama kill Gaddafi too? Hashtag never forget. That's a fact.
That was Hillary.
Yeah, but wasn't it under Obama's presidency?
Administration, yeah.
Okay. Kat says Bush was hated, very hated, and then we just forgot all about that shit once we got Obama. And then we forgot about it. We caused such selective amnesia that we look right past the fact that Michelle Obama be damn near flirting with this nigga. I don't give a fuck what y'all call it. You know what I'm saying? Or at least this nigga be flirting with her. You feel me? Kelso says, is Schoolboy calling Kamala a hoochie mama? Well, we have to ask him tomorrow. So I think he said some people call her Kamami or some crazy. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for Schoolboy, but we're going to ask him about that tomorrow. Kelso says, peace out to Schoolboy. Salute to him. Redemption says, aren't all politicians opportunists? I would say so. But for them to have opportunity, we need what we need. You feel me? So we got to start putting these demands on the table and stop going for this symbolism. You know what I mean? And that's all around the board. Because if you really look at Trump's presidency, it was all about symbolism. He got in office because of symbolism. They might make a party, a new whole political party around the symbolism. You know what I mean? This dude became the symbol of white supremacy. You know what I mean? So symbolism, and he might have not even done everything they wanted him to do, but it was the symbol that mattered to them the most. You feel me? Cat is agreeing with redemption. Kelso says it's okay to down a black woman. He's quoting somebody if they aren't for us. We must hold our representatives accountable. Fuck a skin color. They use skin color to rock us to sleep. I agree with you, sir. Virginia Sims says, nah, people had too much disdain for Trump. It wouldn't have mattered who Biden chose for VP. They just wanted Trump out the paint. Kind of agree with that as well. But I feel like him having a black vice president woman kind of put it over the top because it was a tight race. So it's not front like it wasn't a tight race. It was a tight race. You know what I mean? But that definitely pushed it over the top. Kelso says she knows the truth. Slim says Kamala went from Willie to Montel to Doug. She did. She used to fuck with Montel too, right? She used to fuck with Montel Williams, something like that. What you say, V?
Really? Montel too? I knew about Willie. That was the hold on. I think he was he was something in California. I don't know if he was like a district attorney or was he like an actual judge or something like that. I didn't know about Montel though. So she been around. She was in them streets.
Yeah, salute to her. Yeah.
Yes, salute to her.
Montel had her ankles behind her head. No,
I mean, it be like that sometimes when you're 29 and you're trying to come up. I respect the come up, but she can't, she can't forget about, the people who helped her. She around white people now. I just hope she just doesn't forget,
She forgot. Redemption says, at the end of the day, they all politicians. They live and breathe optics. It's incumbent upon the masses to hold the POTUS and the VP accountable. But hey, I agree with you as well. Kat says, right, Ja, we have the power we don't realize. We have to keep organizing and lobbying these issues. I agree. Thank you, sis. Kat says, waiting for change. Laugh out loud. Yeah, okay. They waiting. They in the bed, comfortable with the nice comforter with Kamala face on it. And they just gonna hope when they wake up, everything all good. Kelso says, as black people, we don't have a true voice in politics because we don't have a unified financial front to make demands. With a threat to a united financial front being taken away is what helps the Jews.
That's a good point.
Yes. Cap says, one of the problems, wrong focus. And Redemption says, Slim agreed, qualified immunity, number one. The Rose Show, salute, says, I agree with Mimi. Salute to the Rose Show. And thank you for that donation towards the end of the last season. Virginia Sim says, Steph, Biden passed executive orders for LGBT rights and anti-Asian discrimination. He passed that shit within the first week. He doesn't need time to do something for black people.
Right. And that's what I said. We have to hold that white man accountable. Y'all was talking about VP. She can't go out there and make executive orders. But I digress. I digress. Yeah.
Schoolboy says Kamala already forgot. And Yasin, salute to the homie, says, we don't trust black girls who suck white dick.
I didn't want to be the one to say it. I just didn't want to be the one to say it, but I appreciate you, Yazin, for that comment. I truly do.
Kelso says,
hey, that shit probably pink, bro.
I didn't want to be the one to say it. I did.
Fucking pink pink penis.
But she used to suck black penis. She used to.
She don't care.
She just at this point.
Just give her a dick. She know what to do with it.
Oh God. Oh man. They about to freeze my bank accounts. Oh shit now. We done fucked with Kamala. I'm sorry, Kamala.
It also says we need reps in the Senate and Congress and banks. Presidents do not have absolute power. That's a fact. We definitely need people in all stages of the game. I agree with that. The Rose Show says not flirting. And Kay Valamore Bradley says, hey, salute to you, homie.
Hey,
Salute.
that's my brother. What's up?
Salute to that man. Kelso says she was sucking off Willie Nelson too, cuh? Nah, family. Apparently, I don't know. Redemption says Montel was tapping that ankles behind the head. Salute to Montel, man. Kelso says, well, Redemption's laughing at V. The Rose Show says, not pink, Steph. And Schoolboy says, this isn't a family show. My kids are in the car with me. All right, we're going to listen. You already know what time it is. We're going to try to, we're going to try to pace ourselves or whatever. But with that being said, we do have some bullshit to get into. So you might want to just turn this down, Schoolboy, or hurry up and drop him off. I don't know. With that being said, let's go the lie with Steph. Let's go to that, and then we're gonna end with V's. Is that a thought topic you said, V?
You don't have to worry about the short video. I just wanted to talk about Ciara and Russell. That's it.
All right, so we're gonna get into entertainment type right now. With that being, you have your story ready, Steph? Your mic is on Teddy. Your mic is on Teddy Riley.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's get it. Let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? I'm StepGotJokes, and this is the latest in entertainment. Okay, and this article is brought to you by TMZ, and the footage as well. Tekashi 6ix9ine and Meek Mill beef finally comes to a boiling point after leaving Atlanta nightclub that they were both frequenting. They both had an ongoing feud dating back to May of last year. When Meek Mill took to Twitter saying, I hope that Rat going on live to apologize to the people that he told on or the victim. Y'all forgot that fast. A rat killed Nipsey. He wasn't supposed to be on the streets. That was the tweet from that was a tweet from Meek Mills. Shortly afterwards, I believe. Dang. Tekashi 6ix9ine went live for the first time and almost broke IG. Now, this is them outside. They say Daniel. I keep calling him Daniel. Tekashi 6ix9ine was waiting outside, waiting to get into a physical altercation with Meek Mills, I believe. But we'll get into the video, and you guys can divulge this for yourself.
Wait, so you say he was waiting on him?
That's what they said. That's what he said. But yeah.
All right, so let me get to the video for you. My fault.
That's a fact, you pussy. Hey, you was security. This is security. That's security. You pussy. Look, shut up. Shut up. And you with a cop. You out. And look, you tight. And you with police. And you with police. Look, that the cop. That the cop. You pussy. That pussy. That's a fact, that pussy. Look. to the cop. We don't got no security. I got my own fight on these security. That the cop. Hey, this pussy.
You's a bitch. You's a bitch. You's a bitch. You's a bitch. Fuck you up. You's a bitch. All y'all pussy.
All right. So they came out there on their cell phones live, and you said you wanted to fight. I find that hard to believe. I believe this was a publicity stunt. I believe this was all for a lack of sales and trying to get some notoriety and some kind of attention and get your name back in the in the trending. He has been absent for what I say about 3 months now. We haven't really heard too much from him, but this is his attempt to get back relevancy. Like I said, his numbers were down, and from what we used to seeing from him. So I just think this is just attention grabber. You're waiting on somebody in the parking lot with your security and their security. They didn't come within 5 feet of each other, but what do I know?
So I definitely feel like Tekashi had more to gain from this publicity stunt. You know what I'm saying? But I think they both look kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? Meek Mill's more than Tekashi though right now. But I'll let the panel speak on it, starting with Mimi. Your thoughts?
Anytime I see an argument with your phone out, I'm just gonna question it. So I think that shit is lame. Like, I know real gangsters and they don't do shit like that. And so I just think that's lame. And I want to. I'm also not here with a crowd. Like, I think people, their chests get a little bit more puffed up when like you got an audience, and it's just like, if you really about it, like, you like real G's be like, let's go just take it outside, or we could go in this room right now and clear some furniture and like let's get to it. Like, it don't be too much talking. So when I hear that, I'm just like, all right, clap for the audience. Let's just clap for the show. So that's it.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, there we go. But yes, I'm actually more mad at Meek than I am at 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine does shit like this all the time. He's been, I thought he was actually working on some boxing stuff when he was away for his 3 months. So I'm surprised this is the fashion that he came back in. But I'm not surprised at Tekashi. But my problem with Meek Mill is that he's going around trying to perpetrate himself as a real OG, trying to perpetrate himself as someone who's thorough in the streets. Now, I don't know to the extent of what his past is. Who's to say that he didn't participate in certain things? But you don't live that life now. Like, you have to understand where you're at in life, and you can't still try to regulate in the hood or regulate on hood shit or regulate on, street shit. You're not in that place no more. Like he said, you standing here with 6 security guards, police security guards, obviously, because these are the people who can keep the shit for you. But you're sitting up here with police security guards, and you're trying to sit up here and criticize someone else just for being a rat. Let that young boy do what he do. Let him go about his business. You were young once too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more disappointed in Meek because he's going off this whole OG, triple OG, street nigga, scenario, and that's not the life that he's living. He doesn't have a place to stand on when it comes to that. So Meek really needs to chill out.
I can ask you a question, V. So your problem is with the initial beef, that they have with each other, right?
No, it's overall, because I feel like Meek is constantly like adding to, the whole 6ix9ine fiasco by just even engaging with him. You don't think Jay-Z thinks that 6ix9ine is a fuck nigga? Of course Jay-Z thinks that. But is Jay-Z going to go on Twitter and go back and forth with him? I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
I want to.
Well, Meek is Mr. Twitter Fingers. Come on now. You got to say something.
I mean, I agree with you, V. I feel I be having a love-hate relationship with Meek because, like, on one hand, like he'll have like a coolness about him, and it's just like, all right, Meek, I'm rocking with him, and then he does goofy shit all the time, and I'm just like, what? Like, who? Like, what's the brand in there? Like, I don't know if y'all saw him like bunny hopping on a tennis court while like it felt like some white guy was filming him. He like lost some bet in tennis, and he had to like bunny hop, and he had on like the white tennis, like the standard
Really?
tennis polo shirt and white shirt. Y'all, and I was just like, and this is y'all G that y'all call me. Like but I get it. It's just like you're transcending into new spaces, and I respect that as well. But like, I don't understand what your brand is, and maybe it's not for me to understand. And maybe like these, like you goofy and you a gangster. Like I don't know. Like, but it's just like.
But what Meek doesn't want to acknowledge this either. Meek is falling into the same position that Tekashi is in right now. Tekashi fell off for the past couple of months because his album sales dropped. You know, that nigga went ghost because, you know, he didn't want to show his face. But Meek has not been popping like that musically in a minute. He recently just dropped something. I haven't heard that shit on the radio. I listened to it because I follow Meek anyways. But like, Meek is not popping as he used to be. And I think that he's going so hard Twitter-wise and going so hard at Tekashi just to keep his like name afloat.
Yeah. But I also agree with you, like Tekashi, like I expect like that from him, like to just be on, like he's with that generation where like they play by different codes. But like Meek to me is like, I would assume we're around the same age. Like we're kind of like the middle child where like we grew up without the iPads, and then we grew up with like everything being everywhere, and so you get to make a choice. And I'm guilty. I fall guilty. Victim. Not victim. I'm guilty of also like being online and then questions like, did you really have to post that story? Like, did people really need to know that? That felt like kind of lame. Like, what's going on? So I don't know.
Steph, before we going on Meek, Steph, you was trying to say something?
Oh, shit. It was going off of something Meek. Meek is he back and forth. It's like V was saying about the transition. Like, you're not a street nigga no more. You're not that nigga on the trigger no more. You're not the same guy. Like, and you have to have some self-awareness and know that, and stop getting yourself in that situation. So I agree with V on that standpoint. That's all.
All right. So speaking of Meek getting into situations, he had some words with the security as well, and I'm gonna let him speak for himself. He did bark on the security, and I think what he had to say was pretty interesting. So let's check this out.
The best nigga. Best nigga. Bitch nigga. All y'all niggas pussy, nigga. You some pussy.
Y'all bitch ass securities bring 6ix9ine over here, huh?
Fucking weirdo.
What y'all trying to get me locked up?
Weirdo.
What y'all weirdos want to get me locked up? You clown ass nigga. Why the fuck y'all even bring that clown over here? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? What y'all in trouble? What y'all fight? What y'all trying to get me in trouble?
All y'all niggas.
Huh?
Y'all niggas is pussy. All y'all niggas. Y'all niggas is pussy. Y'all pussy.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas?
All right, so that dude, the last dude, I ain't believe him. Y'all pussy, but at least he had a mask on. But and they got in his face, and he ain't seem to have much to say.
It's all Logic cares about is if a motherfucker is wearing his mask.
He had a mask on. He had a mask on.
Why would he be wearing a mask, Logic?
You said why would he?
Yeah.
This nigga's crazy. Anyway, yo, with that being said, right? They anywhere during this fucking new day and age with Corona. But anyway, with all that being said, I think Meek looks fucking ridiculous arguing with Tekashi. I think he would have looked more gangster just holding his poise. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there's Tekashi over there, whatever. I don't fuck with him. We already know what's gonna happen if I put hands on him. You know what I mean? That's self-explanatory. But arguing with him, he looks like a fucking clown. But at the same time, in Meek barking on the security, he's saying things like, why would you bring him over here? Are y'all trying to get me in trouble? Y'all trying to get me locked up? Which raises the questions, are they trying to get niggas locked up? Are they bringing Tekashi around certain niggas that they know is going to provoke an altercation? Is Tekashi working for them boys? Is he purposely doing this shit? Yeah, Meek Mills says some dumb shit on Twitter, but that's Twitter. But why the fuck, if you knowing you're a police officer, you knowing your job is to keep this person safe or keep the public safe in general, why would you bring this nigga around Meek Mills? You know what I'm saying? So it raises a question. Are they trying to set rappers up using Tekashi 6ix9ine? Or is that just a crazy conspiracy theory? Mimi?
Set rappers up. They've been doing that since like the 90s. So maybe. I I don't know. Tekashi, he's a different breed. Like, I don't know. Like y'all turned me off of this story as soon as I saw the cameras. Even like on Meek, like if you so gangster, why do you have time to write a caption and tell me what's going on play by play? Like all this shit is lame to moi. Like they both
All right.
to me, like it was like who are you against? Neither one of them. It's a tie. They are both losing in this match. So
All right, V, what's your thoughts? Is it feasible that they're using Tekashi to set niggas up to go to jail? They're trying to use him as bait.
I think that's a very, very valid point, and I never even like thought about it in that way. I thought that he did his informant shit with the niggas in in Brooklyn, and just dust his hands with it. But I think you made a valid point with that, because obviously he's now an informant. Y'all know he's willing to cooperate, so now he's done with the feds. Now the hip hop police come in. Let's have you fuck with all the other niggas that's in
that's what they were called.
That's in the industry. Yeah, the hip hop. They
I
did
was
a
like,
bunch
it
of
happened in the 90s. Like they used to run up on clubs and stuff, and I don't get it. But
and now the hip hop police, they can sit in the back. They can act as security and just bring the nigga to the parking lot. It's one thing of Meek and 6ix9ine running into each other, just so happen to be at the same club, whatever the case may be. But for y'all to be in an empty parking lot, and this nigga is now here. Like, I didn't even think about it in that way. I thought that they just bumped into each other. They just happened to be the same place. But now, like, hearing this other part of the video, like, that's kind of crazy. And hearing what you said, Logic, that makes a lot of sense, because it's kind of weird that he would just be there. And I definitely think that it plays a part in both ways. The cops are feeding into this because obviously they want to lock niggas up anyways, especially high profile niggas, to set an example. And also, it's a partial part of 6ix9ine just trying to keep clout, trying to keep his name out there, and feed into it.
Yeah, I think that's his new job. Personally, I don't even think he needs the clout. I think he enjoys it, but I think that's his just new job. I think his job is to set niggas up to get locked up. But Steph, what's your thoughts? Am I reading too much into it, or is this feasible?
No, not at all. This is what I said at the beginning of it, right? This was a while ago, but like, dude, you don't go from looking at 90 years to getting 1 year and some change, and then probation for the rest of that year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how it happens. You're literally state. You turn state. That's why they say it. You snitch. You are working with the operatives. Like that's what it means. Like now, and I also feel like this is corny too, right? If I'm beefing with a nigga, I see said nigga, I'm going to approach said nigga where he at. Why would I'm gonna wait for him in the parking lot? Bro, y'all was just in the club together. You want to get somewhere where you can have good audio, good visual, and you would not have that in a nightclub. This is all a game. This is game.
All right, so with that being said, let me go to these comments. Kelso says, after using our culture, speaking of Tekashi, Slim says, again, doing shit on camera, they all pump faking. Kelso says he always worked for the boys. He worked for the New York City courts as a teen and cooperated in court. He's a plant/social experiment. And so interesting. And Steven says, shaking my head, they remind me of In Living Color sketch, Snuffleupagus, hold me back, son, hold me back. He definitely is Homie the Clown. That should be his new name, Homie the Clown. Kat says, Meek is a cornball. He definitely looks corny in this scenario. He definitely looks corny. Kelso says, Jay-Z can't speak on it because he hired a federal informant. Shout out to Mrs. Perez. Cat Bryan says, yes, redemption, staging WWE moments more than ever. And she's responding to when Redemption said COVID got people acting crazy because of the money. The money ain't as long as it used to be. I think she said something else in regards to WWE stunts, though. If I missed any comments, apologize in advance. And Virginia Sim says, Meek soft. He spent too much time tap dancing for those white dudes on the tennis courts.
Logic. I can't see you.
Yo, I told you my computer is bugging the fuck out, bro. You can still hear me though, right?
Yes, we can. We can still hear you.
All right, so let me do this.
Screen is back, but it's black, but we can still hear you though.
All right, so
but it's black. Hey, that sound like something you put on a t-shirt.
There we go.
All right, let me just get. And Just What Love says, I don't get how a rat can throw shade about being with police. Kelso says he didn't want physical altercation. Meek's vid angle showed 6ix9ine standing behind 4 security guards with a phone recording. He ran to his truck after he stopped yelling. And 6ix9ine's Schoolboy says, imagine a police informant talking crazy about someone rolling with the police. Imagine someone who's an informant rapping about shooting guns, which is what his latest shit is about.
Hey,
shooting. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Because 6ix9ine is a little guy, right? And you in these intense situations, I'm pretty sure he's having like this adrenaline rush, this thrill seeking, like, oh my gosh, I almost got into it with the black. You know what I mean? I just imagine that's his attitude towards it. Like,
Similar thought, and I don't wish death on violence on nobody. But I was shocked that once he got out of jail, like when he went in and like it all came out, like, oh, he's an informant and he's snitching, and like, I mean, I'm not even from Brooklyn, but I know like that's the worst place you to snitch on niggas from. Like, it's just trouble along your. I was shocked that he's still in one piece. Like, I was like, if I was him, I want to stay in jail. Like, fuck that. And matter of fact, put me in solitary confinement because I don't know what niggas are in here as well. They ain't got nothing to lose. And so the fact that when he came out, I assumed he would get quiet, but he was like back like into music and like wanting to be in the scene, and that's just so interesting to me, given like the gravity of what you did and like the code that you violated. Like that's that's serious, and I even know that I don't be on the streets like that.
Kelso says, Meek owes billionaire media guys a favor for getting him out of jail. Meek just fell victim to the game. Steph?
I was just about to comment on this on that comment. Yeah, I don't think that was a winning situation for Meek. I don't think there's no way you really win in that situation. Sometimes it's better just to kind of have a neutral not, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's better just not to take a step back.
Kelso says Meek's on parole. He can't roll down in a club. Well, he can't run down, period, sir. Which is why it's just crazy why he would even entertain that bullshit in the first place. So, last story for the day are you considering this a thought topic or no, V? You on Teddy Riley?
Yes, it is a thought topic. I'm putting Russell and Ciara in thought topics.
All right. With that being said.
Oh, let me get on my good side. Hello, good morning. It's your girl Vanessa Smilez with the Thought Topics report for the morning rant today. We are reporting live about a post that the Shade Room put up on February 11th, and they were actually reporting on GQ Magazine's recent pre-Valentine's Day relationship issue titled Modern Love. And it features some other celebrities, including Russell and Ciara. So the reason why Russell and Ciara are in Thought Topics today, because commonly across the web and in a lot of spaces, women look up to Ciara as the GOAT, the God. She made it happen. She left a fuck nigga and found a great man who loves and supports her first child, that's not his, and her current children as well. So salute to Ciara, salute to Russell, and we're going to get into some things because I have a question to post to the channel. So yeah, during the GQ interview, the couple played a game called the Couples Quiz Game, and each partner was asking the other partner questions that they were expecting the other partner to already know the answer for. And so in one of the questions, if you want to play the video logic, you can play it. It's only like 10 seconds. It's probably like 10, 15 seconds where.
There we go. What's my biggest fear?
Not be prepared.
Yeah, I probably have one that's bigger than that.
Was it LOSIN?
Yes, losing you. Now, enough of the sentimental stuff.
Right. So if you guys did not catch that, he was asked what was his biggest fear, and he said that his biggest fear was losing Sierra. And so they're supposed to be representing modern day couples, and it's a lot of fuck niggas out there, and there are also some very good men out there too. But it's not a common thing for a lot of men to express losing their women when they're in a good space. Now Russell's standing on a good foot right now. He's not coming out with no scandals. You know, he hasn't been caught up with no prostitutes. You know, he hasn't been caught up drugging or raping anybody. So, you know, Russell's in a good place. Usually men say, I fear losing my woman when she's halfway out the door already. So my question to everybody is it common for modern day women and men to fear losing their partner? And is it something that is healthy in a relationship?
Mia, you want to take this one first?
Sure, I'd love to. And it's so random. I was in the nail shop waiting, and I ended up clicking on it. I usually don't watch shit like that. But I was like, oh, it's cute and whatever. But I think the sentiment that he gave was really sweet. That I wish a lot of men took the stance of, like, basically saying, like, I value so much that I want you to stay in my life. Which I think is cool, and is the type of companionship that both sides should have, not just men, but women to their men, or however, there's so many type of relationships these days. Um, Now, like, to just get really intellectual with it, for lack of a better words, I don't think anything should be led in fear because you bring that energy to you. So saying, like, I fear losing you, I fear losing you, speak that energy. Um, it sounds like what the way he was thinking was like that moment of, like, till death do us part, because obviously they're like America's favorite black couple right now. So yeah, overall I just thought it was sweet. I think guys should really be like, we give Russell a hard time for being kind of corny, but he's a stand-up guy, and I think women, we all deserve that type, or people, we deserve that type of love and admiration with our partners, and we're also used to these toxic relationships. So to see something like where a guy is verbally and publicly showing his affection, his love for admiration for his partner. Like, niggas is like, nah, he's whack, he's this, he's that. And it's like, no, that's how y'all should be acting. Y'all will get more, all that head y'all be wanting, all that sex y'all be wanting. Like, when we feel love, you get all that unlimited, like, on demand.
You get extra.
Yeah, you get extra. Like, Sierra been popping out babies since they've been together, like, every couple of years. Like, they fucking happily, and she's happily doing those things. But y'all, I think we were talking about this off stage, backstage, around like Valentine's Day, and I'm just like, you guys want so much for what they're not willing to give, and it could, y'all can play that too on the other side, where it's like, we want, like, a man that does this, makes this tall this way, blah blah blah, six pack, but never been in the gym. So I get y'all stance too, but right now we're on us. Like, you guys want, like, sex on the first day, y'all want this, y'all want that, but y'all just offering us Netflix and chill. Like, nigga, please get out of here. Go for it, Russell.
Thank you so much, Mia. Steph, what you thinking about?
I know Russ gets a lot of backlash, but he gets a lot of backlash because he's being compared to a lot of people's favorite rapper, right? On his own, Russell is amazing. No homo, but he's an amazing dude. I mean, he does everything that you think a man should do. He provides, he protects, he professes his love constantly. Um and from what I know, like V said, I haven't heard anything out there. He he honors his wife. You see what I'm saying? Which is what, as a man, you strive to be doing, right? So I think Russell is dope. Um and I do feel like this. I feel like, well, kind of what Mia said is maybe not the spiritual level, but I feel like once you once you kind of state it and say that out loud, I feel like people kind of take advantage of your insecurities or your fears, knowing that it involves them leaving. And this is, but this is just goes to what I was saying when I talk about. I've said this on prior shows. I don't know if people watch, but I just say people have a fear of saying, "I need you in my life," right? Like you hear. I don't want to throw women under the bus, but you hear women say, "I don't need a man for nothing," right? But we need each other. Like it's okay to need one another. It's okay to admit that and be vulnerable with each other. But we've made it such a negative thing that it's almost like it's scary to say that out loud, right? You don't even want to say it because it feel like the negativity is going to come with it once you say it.
And it's nothing wrong with even saying that. Now, for me, when it comes to Russell and Sierra, I think it's great what he as a man is representing in regards to how men should handle themselves and take care of their family and uphold their women. But personally, Russell is corny. Like, that's not the type of dude who I would personally choose. Obviously, all of the other qualities, but how personality wise, me and him won't mesh. I already know that because I like a dude who is a little bit different. I like dudes sometimes, yeah, you can profess your love, but you don't have to say you have to fear losing me. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes how the reason why people sometimes call him corny is maybe how he comes off. And that's just because of how he was raised. That's just because of his environments. That's just because of how he, has been. And when Schoolboy mentioned, he said Sierra don't love Russell, she loved Future. That love also is obviously going to be different. Future had swag. Future had energy, vibes. Like it's different. Like he probably had no, I'm just kidding. But there was things that Future had that Russell doesn't have, but that doesn't mean that she won't love Russell. That doesn't mean she won't stay with Russell, but it's just sometimes, personality wise, you might appreciate somebody saying something in a different way, versus, oh, like I fear losing you. Like if a nigga said that to me, I'm going to appreciate it, but I'm not going to be looking at it like I'm so happy about it. I would rather him, say something else. You don't have to fear losing me. You could just say, I need you in my life. I want to make sure you're here, Russell is type corny, and we can't not acknowledge that.
Yeah, I think Schoolboy, going back to Schoolboy's point, shout out for you fixing your titties. Like right up in the They are ginormous.
I'm
like,
sorry, I'm trying to keep them
a
under
little bit over here. Like
I'm willing. I'm willing. Okay.
No, but like I think there is some validity. Like I've seen this in my um dating saga. I've seen it with girlfriends where like, the guy who necessarily is not the best for you, like you there's always like this element. I'm not saying Sierra feels this way or not, but I'm saying Schoolboy has a point. And you have to really like reprogram like why do I respond to rejection or disrespect? And it's like that element of like finally being able to like tame the wild beast and this, oh, it's me, like I was able to do this, when in actuality like where I think Sierra got to is, oh, I need to, like, these are things that I have to work on within myself. And I'm really talking to myself right now. These are things that I need to work on and be a whole person. So whoever I accept in partnership, I can accept them as their wholeness. And I think there's when you're in a relationship, you should be able to approach it where if this person never changes, can I be with them as is? And being in love and then also being in partnership can sometimes mean, I'm not saying she loves him or not, I'm just playing along. But being in love and then also having like being in partnership and loving someone and being able to do life with someone, those are two different people. So that's my thought. But I get what Schoolboy's saying.
Hey, Logic, if you go back to the Sierra don't love Russell like the love Future. Oh, I get what you were trying to say, but but if we gonna tell the truth, that's why a lot of successful men date women who aren't in their tax brackets, right? Because it's like once you once you get if you get with a woman on your level, she can literally pick any man in this world that she wants, and she's with you. And then there's a level of insecurity, like, am I really supposed to be here? Like, why me? Why not Future? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when you date down a little bit, you kind of like you the best thing she's ever known, right? You know what I'm saying? She ain't never been a red lobster before she met you. Now you know what I'm saying? Corey Holcomb jokes about this. He like, man, I like date hood bitches, man. give him $40. I give him a
No, he said leave
$120.
$300 on the dresser.
Yeah, be done pay for their rent for the whole year type shit. That like, but seriously, that's why they do it. It's a level of insecurity of dating someone who has their pick of the litter, and you're just saying, well, why? You're so amazing. Why me? It's a little voice in the back of their heads.
I think Virginia Sim asked the question is it might be rhetorical, but I think it's a good point. Virginia Sim says, "What's the difference between staying?" I think he meant out of fear of losing someone, and I don't want to live without you. Nothing. Y'all just looking at the messenger versus the message.
There's a big difference between saying I fear losing somebody and saying I don't want to live without you. Saying I don't want to live without you, that's an affirmation. That's a choice that you're choosing for your own life.
Yep.
That's something that you're looking forward to. That's a mental decision that you just made clarification on, and you declared like, hey, I want this. Fears, you're allowing, insecurities, you're allowing, naysayers, you're allowing, all of these things that you may have dealt with the past or that you may have seen through other people to affect what situation that you're in. You say you fear losing somebody because you become scared. And once you become in that scared state, you don't really have control over your life. So I think that big difference is between somebody being in a standstill and being scared and just, being worried versus someone making an affirmation, someone declaring like, hey, I want this in my life, or I want you in my life, or something like that.
All right.
1000% agree.
Kelso says, no man in Russ' tax bracket wants Ciara. She talks too much and is used goods pre-Russ. She's not worth trouble.
And this is what I'm saying. People have been bashing Ciara because she praises Russell, right? Like every time I see a post that she's like, oh, happy Valentine's Day to my husband, da da da. Somebody in the comments, oh man, here she go. Down in future, because she'll say something like, "Oh, he's the best man I've ever. You're the best man. You're the best thing that ever happened to me." You'd be like, "Oh, so just fuck future, huh?" And then it's like, y'all make the comparison that's not there.
I mean, that's weird shit. But at the end of the day, I don't know these people's life. Like, I don't pay a close attention to celebrities' lifestyles. But I remember in the past them talking about him basically telling Future's kid or having Future's kid call him father, some crazy shit like that. I think that's a little disrespectful. But
that is.
Yeah, but to my take on the whole thing is he definitely sounds like a sucker. You know what I'm saying? But in his defense, we don't know in the context he meant it, right? He could be talking about he's scared to just lose her, like in general, like she could pass away or some crazy shit, or you feel me? But
about that too.
Yeah, but if he's just talking about losing her in a relationship, then I agree with V. Either he got caught cheating or he think he got caught cheating and he's like trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, don't leave me. We can get through this shit. Or he's on some extremely sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody could take your lady, you should let him have her. That's how I feel about it. Even or your partner in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? That goes for women too. If somebody could take your man or whatever, then they should have him. You feel me? You shouldn't feel fucked up in the head because they left you. You know what I mean? Don't take it as a personal knock on you or who you are. You feel me? So if he really is sitting there just hoping she don't leave him for another nigga, that is a true sucker nigga.
Nah, he said, my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying when he said lose her, I don't think he said lose her to another nigga. I think he just said lose her. Right? People break up for more reasons than infidelity. Most of the time,
but if it's
infidelity.
But if it's a breakup, you're still losing her to somebody else because she's going to go with somebody else. So that's semantics. That's semantics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the point is, if it's just a breakup, then you on some sucker shit. You feel me? If somebody want to break up with you, you better move the fuck on. You know?
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Nah, I go back to my point. I really think it was his choice of words, but he's more so in the context of like the till death do us part piece. Just to go back real quick on like the Luma niggas who like stand up for Future. Like I know we've talked about this offline before. Is and shout out to the Read, that's where I got that from. Like the Illuma niggas, I'm here for that crew. Is we don't like to see, and I'm generalizing, which I know you shouldn't do, but like black men do not like to see black women happy, independent of them. And that's what this is. Like, it's like you wanted her
What
to
you
just
said?
be it's like no one wanted Sierra to move on until Future has deemed her unworthy of getting back with her. But because she didn't want to be in the baby mama group chat
Come on.
and fight with the girls, and she left and said, I want more and I deserve to be better. Like the Luma niggas have been at her neck. Oh, you're supposed to have her kid and be cheated on and disrespected publicly and probably privately for the rest of her life. And because she moved on and then actually found better happiness, is like, no, I can't believe, like y'all will not let Sierra live. And it's just like, what, she was just supposed to be happy the whole time, like, I mean, unhappy the whole time, but stick by the side and ride or die. And he's disrespecting her on songs and all. No, get the fuck out. I'm happy she found somebody better and have moved on.
And I second that, because a lot of men, they're comfortable with this, even with the situation with Kevin Hart, his baby mother, and he's, he had 2 kids by her and now he's moved on. People are okay seeing Tori Hart in the space that she's in, but it's difficult for some people to watch Sierra. Like, I feel like it's okay for black women to move on and to be better and to grow and to get better relationships. Black women have to watch it all the time. And most of the time, black women are the ones who never get a chance to repair their life. Look at Vivica Fox. Like, there's a lot of different, really outstanding women out there. Just because they get into a bad situation with someone, they're deemed as women that can't, they got a bad past, or, they're used goods or something like that. No, like, I feel like, somebody's trash is somebody's treasure. So
wait,
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Kelso. Kelso says, "Here we go with the black woman talk. No one is targeting y'all happiness."
Wait, hold on.
Guys,
Logic.
Okay.
He just said earlier, no man in Russ tax bracket wants Sierra. She talks too much and is used goods, sir.
Yeah,
sir.
And I don't,
exactly
respect to you, Kelso. Still all love, but I'm pretty sure you will never be able to be worthy enough to even smell Sierra's vagina. Like, she'd never even see you. She don't even know what you're talking about her. But yeah, shout out to you with the black woman talk, of course.
Yeah, but let's talk about that really quick, right? Right, because I feel like Schoolboy agrees with me. He said Mimi's on a fantasy now, right?
Hey, Schoolboy.
Why do you think people don't want to see black women happy? Because I don't know anybody who's just sitting around angry when black women are happy. Where does that come from?
I mean, just look at the social conversations that go on, like, all right, in female, and again, I'm saying I'm generalizing. There are some black men who enjoy seeing black women happy, so I'm generalizing. But you look at like the city girls movement. Oh, they hoes for like being liberated. If someone chooses to use their body sexually, she shouldn't do this. Like, y'all, there's always an opinion about what we should be doing and how we should be doing it, and like the respectability politics that are placed on us. And that's just my stance on it. Like, we can't, unless we sit, like, nobody was complaining when Mary J was not gonna cry and Brandy was sitting up in her room. But as soon as we like, fuck it, I'm about to go out with my friends and be cute without these niggas. And I'm not one of those girls that even feel like fuck niggas, like, get money. Like, I want partnership. I'm dating. I enjoy dating. I have a good time with it. But I'm also in love with myself enough to know like how I want to be treated, and I don't downgrade myself to feel like, okay, I need to be this way for a man. And I think you guys are just like, y'all don't want us to be happy unless it's under like this box of you look like this, you talk like this, or you don't talk too much, or you cook, you clean, you're quiet, you have sex when I'm ready to have sex, but you're not a hoe and you haven't been anywhere. It's like, no, fuck out of here with all that.
Right.
bullshit.
And let me just shout out to Redemption Song 76. She said her pop just walked in and she started listening. He agrees. I appreciate that. But I just wanted to second agree
What up,
with what
Gary?
Mia said.
That's my guy. What up, Gary?
Yes.
My peoples came out today. Thank y'all. Sorry.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. So, salute. But no, I wanted to agree with you because when Mary started to become happy and she started making music, niggas was tight. They were like, her music's trash now. She's happy. We don't want to hear that shit. We want the old Mary. Schoolboy says that comes from The Color Purple. You know what? It did start with The Color Purple because a lot of, especially the women around my age, we all see The Color Purple at a young age. So we see Celia get smacked around early on. So we already knew niggas might be on some bullshit. We didn't really know for sure. But I wanted to say, I definitely agree with you, Mia. I definitely agree with what you were saying. Even when it comes to the City Girls and, Megan Thee Stallion, all of these, female rappers coming out and being confident and talking about themselves, men has been doing that for years. And even women were doing that in the past. Bitches, they sing, females sing along to nigga songs, when, what was that song? Getting Some Head came out. Even when Cameron came out with, Suck It or Not, we sing along to these songs in the club. We are in full support of black men being confident, standing in their truth. But the minute a female stands out, it's so much more criticism. So I think that's the only thing.
Kelso says, city girls are hoes. They literally make songs about prostitution. Y'all call prostitution sex workers and being a hoe liberated. Cut it out.
Exactly. But we can name, for every City Girl song, I could probably name 1,000 songs that men talk about fucking bitches, getting money, disrespecting women. And I listen to them all. Like, don't get me wrong, they all are some bops, but I'm very conscious, but we don't hold men accountable. And I'm only using black men and black women because it's relevant. Like, we're a black cast, we're talking about black culture. But we don't hold black men accountable. Like, why did you write this song about this? Why didn't you write a song about respecting women? Why are you writing a song about, throwing money at this bitch for twerking and you smacking her in the face with your dick? Like, but we can bop to that and we don't ever question it. But as soon as a woman comes out, and says all the same, oh, they some hoes, they some this, but you like the hoes when you rapping about it. I just think that at the end of the day, and I'm not on this high horse, because it probably could sound that way, is I wish that it was universal or more normalized. I hate saying that word, but normalized for black men to celebrate black women the way that we have continuously stand by you guys in every avenue, whether it's social, political, cultural, hip hop, whatever.
Women only speak out when it goes too far. Like Nelly and the credit card, we was like, okay, that's a little bit much. And the Molly and the champagne for Rick Ross, we was just like, okay, you guys are taking it there. But we'll sing along. We will still sing along.
Listen, I think everybody was like, that Rick Ross shit went too far. It was like, nigga, you talking about raping. That's rape, sir. Yes.
Yes. The DJ definitely screamed like, it's like, did we just rape her?
The Rose Show says, speak that shit, Mimi. Fuck out of here. Kelso says, the difference is we call it what it is.
No, it's not.
That's a little interesting. He's saying that when they do speak, when the guys are rapping about provocative stuff, they're not. He's not. Well, I can think of one scenario where it was, but what he's saying is you're not going to hear a dude talk about prostitution but call it another name. You know what I'm saying? Or him tricking and call it something else. He might promote tricking, saying it ain't tricking if you got it, but some craziness like that. But I don't want to get into the slippery slope of defending guys who speak crazy. I just think what you're identifying is universal. The dynamic and the double standard between men and women universally. I don't think it's a black man, black woman thing. You know what I'm saying? But what is specific to black people is the fact that we got to be held to higher standards because people automatically deem us as lower, right?
But that goes back to respectability politics, which is a whole nother conversation of what we should. There's so many ways we could turn, but for Kaz, it's just more so that's semantics. I say sex workers, period. I just don't use the term prostitution. But if you listen to their songs, which I'm sure you do because you were able to call them prostitutes, they do talk about tricking on niggas. So they speak the same language. But again, you're like, but they're prostitutes. All right, that's fine.
So Schoolboy says women love to talk about liberation when they pop in their pussy like there's no other way to be liberated. Black women are and must most unmarried women in the world with that logic. And Schoolboy also goes, many got married, got free, and started singing about fried chicken and honey biscuits.
No.
That was a sad day for all of us. So,
and none of us had problems when Mary was dancing in the dancery. Nobody had problems with that. That was a hot ass song, and we all fuck with it. So I don't agree with we like Mary when she's sad, but when she's happy, we don't rock with her. I don't believe that. But guys,
well, them album, I mean, numbers don't lie, and them album sales, it beat them breakup albums, and they've even gone on record, like you can put that in interviews, like when Mary got divorced, everyone was waiting on her album because they know it's about to be fire, and it was like,
yeah, but but we not the ones buying the majority of the albums, and when it comes to black people buying albums, it's women who buy the majority of those albums. So you can't blame that on black men not being happy for her when she's happy. Women are the ones who support the most. Black women support the most when it comes outside of the white people who buy our music.
Oh, you trying to say we love seeing Mary down?
maybe we do. Maybe we do. I don't know if you would have to run the tape back. I don't know if I particularly made the comparison of black men and Mary. Like, and if I did, I apologize. But that Mary, when we are down, like, I'm not even gonna go because I don't know where I twisted my words up or like what I'm getting tongue tied with, but the numbers don't lie. Like, Mary puts out better albums when she's heartbroken versus like when she was.
Steph.
Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Schoolboy's comment. Women love to talk about liberation when popping their pussy like there is no other way to be liberated. Black women are the most unmarried women in the world with that logic. Sir, this is not 1860, okay? This ain't 1920, okay? People don't need to be married to be validated, sir. That's not where they find their validation in anymore. And so men are still trying to hang their hat on that. You don't. That's not what it is.
Kelso says women don't like to see women happy. Y'all your own biggest haters.
That can also be true. Two things can be true at once. Okay.
Kelso also says the credit card swipe was an artistic display. So with that being said, we can I think we can talk about this for a while, and we definitely don't have a while. V stayed later than I think she normally has to. And we started later. So thank you for that, V. And of course, my computer's acting crazy, which is why you don't see my face on camera right now. So we definitely gonna have to wrap this up. But I feel like we should finish this conversation in tomorrow's show via article that we actually spoke about behind the scenes. I think that would be a good starting point. And we could definitely talk about this topic with the whole panel tomorrow. And we can also talk about BET Uncut supposedly coming back. Did anybody see it? It was supposed to come back this past weekend for Valentine's Day week. I don't know if it happened, but I don't know if they were playing music or doing some type of podcast. It's really unclear, but apparently Charlemagne was bigging it up and singing Casey, our very own Mighty Casey here at the Rant Network, his comedy song White Girls. So that was pretty comedic to hear them big Casey up in regards to BET Uncut. So I want to know what your favorite BET Uncut moments were when we talk about it tomorrow. And we also talk about the over-sexualization of the black women. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And is it true that we as black men do not want to see black women happy? As Mia pointed out, is a common thought out there. It's a common concept. I don't agree with it. Mimi agreed with it. I don't know where Steph and V lies with it. V seems to agree with it. We'll see. Kelso says that's a great topic for sure. So we definitely going to explore that a little bit more. And I know Schoolboy has a lot to say. Schoolboy said, folks, they arguing points I didn't make. Well, you'll be able to speak for yourself on the panel tomorrow. Virginia Sim says, Uncut, bring back that tip drill joint just for V. And Kelso says, no more Uncut. The culture don't need that. Yeah. I think right now would be a weird time for us to be shaking our ass. But then again, we got Kamala in office, so we can go back to sleep. Women can shake their ass, call it liberation, all of that good shit. So anyway, Lovell says BET Uncut. That's crazy. And Just One Love says glad to see everyone back and safe. Salute. Yes, we're happy to be back. Definitely appreciate the audience. You guys didn't skip a beat. We took a month and a half off. And as soon as we came back, y'all showed up for us, and that's love. We appreciate y'all. I want to definitely say I appreciate the donations that came in today as well. That means a lot. You feel me? That you guys appreciate us coming back, even so to the point where you send us a few donations. That means a lot. We really appreciate y'all. With that being said, oh, my fault. Mills Lane earlier said, he said salute to us, but he's also saying, where would the world be without Mighty Casey's white girls? The world will be less funny, that's for sure. That was definitely a comedic classic. But Mills Lane earlier also said salute to us and welcome back. Salute to you, Mills Lane. To anybody's comment I missed, apologies. You know what I mean? We might not be able to read every comment moving forward, but definitely we're going to try to get to all of them, and we appreciate your time. Redemption says we don't need uncut when you got social media. That's true, but social media is kind of taking the presentation out of things, right? So, you know, instead of watching a playlist of videos on social media or being wrapped up into your, you know, YouTube playlist and or, you know, the playlist on Facebook and Instagram, it's cool to have shows like Kicking in the Door from J58 or Mary Jane's Playlist, or even some other shows that we have coming soon where we can present the playlist for you and you can chat with other people about if you like the videos or not. You know what I mean? That's still, you know, building a community, even if it's on a virtual tip. So it's something special about a television show or a show in general. You feel me? Presenting the entertainment versus you having to just let an algorithm program you. You feel me? Virginia Sim says, they did get your booty to the polls. There's always time for ass shaking.
Facts.
And
There is always time for ass shaking.
And the Rose Show says, glad to see y'all back at it. Thank you so much. And Steph, please stay behind. They said your audio was a little low, so let's see if we can fix that. It probably has something to do with the technicalities we was having going on early in the show. But listen, thank everybody for tuning in, and I'm going to go ahead and open this new iMac. I think the coronavirus has died off of the box by now. And hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties tomorrow. And this has been the Morning Rant. Salute to my co-hosts, StepGotJokes, VeeSmilez, Mia F. Baby, and of course, Schoolboy, who's out there with the children. And we see you all tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Peace.